Farm. Hi guys, so I just came back from the gym and this is my first filming in a public school setting. You might see in some clip here and there in my other videos, but give me a chance, okay? I'm gonna try to make this as good as possible. I'm still a little shy. Right now I'm in an empty classroom. I'm gonna go eat my lunch and do some homework. Recently, I've been having trouble finding balance between work, YouTube, and school, and I just felt constantly tired no matter how much rest I got, and it's like I'm always on the edge of burnout. So I stopped and asked myself, how can I use my energy more wisely every day? Is this just me, or the scenery just looks a little bit lonely? One thing I've noticed is that my hygiene actually plays a big role in how I feel every day. I've noticed that it's important to get my 8 hours of sleep. I need to have a good wind down routine, so meaning I need to prepare my body and my mind to go to sleep 1 or 2 hours before I go to sleep. And I have to remind myself that my morning routine starts the night before, meaning I can prepare the clothes I'm going to wear for the next day. I can prepare my lunch for the next day. Anything to help with decision fatigue in the morning. Another thing I've noticed that plays a lot in the amount of energy I have every day is food. And you might think that's pretty obvious, but sometimes we don't really watch what we eat, and it's easy to fall in a sort of habit of eating food that isn't really good for you. So I suggest eating food that make you feel good. High protein meals, yogurt, carbs for your brain, not necessarily healthy food like salads, etc. Stereotype, but food that really makes yourself feel good. And avoid eating an excessive amount of chips, popcorn, or candies, things with too much sugar. But again, I have to remind you that I'm not a professional in this, so if you need more information, always refer yourself to someone who specializes in food and nutrition. One last thing I've noticed plays a big role in my energy is exercise. So it's important for me and for any human being to have daily movement or even weekly movement. If you don't have time to go to the gym, because I go to the gym 3 times a week, but if you don't have time to go to the gym, you can always do a 5-minute stretch in the morning or at night, or take a walk during lunchtime, or even taking the stairs up in the building where you work or where you go to school can help. I decided to, get pretty. I'll show you the look. And then go to a coffee shop to do that homework and get myself a poutine. And I have work, so I'll show you when I get ready for work. Oh boy, this next one is pretty complicated to explain, but like any balance in your life, you need to have good time management skills. I like to separate my days into blocks, meaning I would wake up in the morning, and from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. I have 2 hours to myself. Then at 8:30 is when I clock in. Then I work, study, or do some homework for 3 hours, meaning from 8:30 to 11:30 I do that. And then from 11:30 to 12:30 I get a break, and then I start again at 12:30 to 3:30. Yeah, that's a lot of numbers, I know, a lot of hours. But that's how I separate my days into blocks. So I forgot to mention this, but basically, in my day I usually have a loose of an hour to make sure that I clock out at 4:30, and my last block is from 6 to 8. We are going out to a maple syrup farm. If you guys didn't know, that's a really big thing in Canada. Big thing in Canada. So that's the whole outfit. I'll show you guys in the mirror. Maybe it'll look nicer. So one last thing I'll be talking about today will be where to put your energy. So I'm going to keep this short because I could go on and on and on and on about energy and time management and hygiene. But if you guys want videos more in depth on that, just let me know. So energy. You have to remember that it's important not to overbook yourself and to take breaks, whether it's alone or with your family. Like right now, I'm going out to a maple syrup farm with my family, taking a break from everything else that I have to do, including homework, work, anything that could get in the way. For example, I have a very big day on Tuesday because I have school in the morning, then in the afternoon, and I work at night. And then on Wednesday, I have gym, and then I do homework, and then I have class in the afternoon. So I make sure not to overbook myself Wednesday night because I know I'll be tired from the last 2 days. So I try to spend time with myself to calm down and to do some self-care on Wednesday nights. Another important thing is to surround yourself with people who bring out the best in you. Because sometimes you might not even notice, but unhealthy relationships are energy vampire. I would know because I was stuck in a friend group once. They weren't really bad people, but I always had to put a mask around them. So even though I loved them, I had to let them go because I always felt out of energy every time I spent time with them. So remember to surround yourself with people who bring out the best in you. So that was it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this one is a little shorter than usual, but let me know if you like that better, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Or not. It's really up to you. Hazel out.